Geeks podcast. This show we talk about shows, movies, video games, and cool stuff we see during the week. I am host, Editor Prizes. I'm flying solo today. People have shit to do. So, I'm going to sit here and babble for about an hour about the cool stuff I see during the week. And I'm not in the mood. Y'all never just not in the mood for shit. I'm just not in the mood, you know? I feel funky. I'm alright though, but it's just cranky, bruh. Y'all ever just been cranky? Y'all ever just get to the point where y'all just cranky about life? I'm barely 30, you know? I'm a cranky, bruh. My knees fucked. I cranky. I might need to smoke some weed or something, you know? But nonetheless, cool stuff came out as regarding the trailers. Cool stuff we got down the line later towards the end of the show that I'm very excited, and hopefully my mood changes towards the end, you know? Sometimes you just gotta muscle it out, dog. Sometimes you just fucking dale valiendo verga, you just go, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking muscle it out, dog. Fucking muscle it out. Have y'all been paying attention to this Johnny Depp stuff and the Amber Heards? It's getting kind of juicy, bruh. I'm not watching a whole lot of it. I've only been watching whatever the Insty throws at me on the Explore page, or YouTube throws at me sometimes, like 2-minute clips of like Johnny just being like a straight up gangster and like giving a bunch of being a sassy boy on trial or whatever. But I don't know which side of the fence y'all might be on for this case, for this trial, but Amber Heard not looking too good, man. Y'all listen to that infamous phone call for saying like, I didn't hit you, I didn't punch you, I just hit you. That sounds like me after I accidentally punched Bubbles too hard. I'm like, I didn't do it that hard, you know. I was just like fucking around. Yeah, I don't know. It's not looking too good for Miss Amber. I mean, this is the, again, I don't have any horse on this race. I guess if I had to pick, I was leaning against Johnny. Not even know why. I guess believed him after he was like, oh yeah, oh I hurt you. I punch you. Oh, all right. We'll see if that's true. And then he comes out with these receipts of phone calls and shit. Amber Heard not looking too good, you know? But I've said this before. I just didn't think it was fair that Johnny lost his Fantastic Beast role, and maybe plenty of others, and she didn't lose anything. I'm just saying, neither of them lose anything, or they both lost it, you know? I don't know. As a fan of both of them, I was kind of like, oh no, this is not cool. You know, just be nice. You can't go around punching people, you know? The only people who have license to do that are fighters. Because they know who to punch, you know? Shout outs to Mike Tyson for fucking that guy up on the flight. What are you doing? You know? Professional fighters are like tigers, you know? Anybody who's in a martial art or in a combat sport, you know? I like tigers, okay? And tigers gonna do tiger shit. Most of the tigers, referring to the combat sports tigers, they're not going to bite you if you're nice, right? But if you're flicking their nose, you're pulling at their whiskers, you're dicking around, a tiger going to bite you away. The tiger going to bite you. So Mike Tyson bit a fool, literally in the ring. I didn't mean to do that. He's bitten a fool before. He's owned tigers. And he fucked up a drunk dude on the plane. I don't know if he deserved it, but I saw the fucking video of him poking at him and being a fucking pest. Some people need to be smacked in the mouth, man. You know, I've come across to someone this week who I was like, oh, you've never been punched in the mouth, huh? Just the way you talking to me. You've never been fucking punched to the mouth. And I'm not going to be the one to do that. You know? But you don't poke fucking Mike Tyson, bro. You get punched in the fucking face. And apparently you don't poke Amber Heard Neva. She punches you in the face as well. I don't know. The Mike Tyson thing, because I went so hard on Will Smith, that's a whole different situation though. Or is it? I want to be, I feel a little hypocritical, but it's not the same, right? He don't know you, you know? This is a different thing than they were just jokes by a professional comedian. This drunken asshole was trying to get a picture and autographs and pestering him and poking at him and like, you know, hopefully Mike don't suffer through any charges or anything. I'm not quite sure what the legality on that is. But to piss off Mike Tyson to the point to get punched in the face is wild. A couple weeks ago, someone pulled a gun on him at his face and kind of pointed it towards his general direction. And Mike the Tiger Tyson didn't fucking flinch. So that was just a few weeks ago, out in the open. Someone pulled out a gun. Tyson didn't move. So for him to react in a violent way towards a stranger, I don't know what this asshole did. Kind of leaning towards he deserved it. I don't know. If y'all been paying attention to that, let me know what y'all think about that. But yeah, this Johnny Depp Amber Heard situation is also foul, and who knows? I mean, as far as Fantastic Beasts, I felt like he was horrible casting from the beginning. You know, the other two options that eventually were not him in that role were better than him. But I don't know if that's on him for being super cartoony or whatever. But also during the hearing, it was mentioned that he's never playing Jack Sparrow ever again. And it might be due to this whole thing that Disney dropped them and all that. It's a gigantic mess. But I also don't like when companies, I don't know, it's very fucking tricky because it's a case by case basis. I have inner monologues with myself, and I should speak them into existence instead of just thinking about it and arguing it with myself in my head. Because I'm also thinking about Ezra Miller, you know. Because I was gonna say, I don't know, it's not. I don't like when companies just straight up drop their sponsors or whatever when they're in the teensy bit of trouble. You know, that's why I was like so not proud, but like glad that Netflix didn't just drop everything when Dave Chappelle was going through that stuff, because we see that a lot. So Disney obviously dropped Depp because they want to be squeaky clean, and they squeak everything out of their database that has any hint that's going to offend anybody because they're afraid to offend anybody. And I don't like that, you know, because whatever they you're just going to keep scrubbing stuff as time moves on. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. But then I look at the Ezra Miller where he's just fucking up. You know, he got arrested twice in a span of 3 weeks. Okay, Warner Brothers have to do something there, you know? But what's the difference between Johnny Depp and Ezra Miller? I guess Ezra Miller is just like a menace to society, I guess. And the Johnny Depp situation is more private, but at the same time, I don't know. I guess I just don't like when actors, employers, or even podcasts and other stuff, just the sponsors just like drop them out of the slightest adversity. I don't like that. You know, you got to stick by them. You got to, you know, get all the facts. No. We're just going to, in Disney case and Johnny, they just dropped them. We drop you. We don't care what happens. Even if you win the case, he's staying now. I don't know. It's weird. They're both in a weird situation, at least in my eyes. I'm kind of a fan of both Johnny and Amber. That I won't see them differently no matter what happens. You know, which is weird. Because I do see Ezra Miller differently. I might touch upon this on our Fantastic Beasts review that we're doing later this week. But every time I saw Ezra Miller, I did feel a little icky. So I guess that's the reason why they do these moves, is so that fans don't immediately associate what you're seeing with their current troubles in the wild. So I get that. But I guess it's a severity base thing, you know? For some reason, I'm not going to think of Johnny like, or even Amber beating up on men or whatever the fuck they're doing. But I do feel like Ezra Miller's shenanigans are far more damaging. I don't know. It's because he's out in the wild disturbing peace. I'm just so against any kind of disturbance in the force, I guess. You know, because I try to live my life without being in anybody's way or an inconvenience in any way. This fool got arrested in a span of 2 weeks. Out in the public, fucking around. Not even mention his priors. So it's a little wild. I saw a funny clip where I could have been faked. I don't know. He's on the beaches of Hawaii, and then there's a hotel. There's a shot of inside of the hotel, and they're reporting on his fucking arrest, and he's just out there chilling. Crazy. They just out there chilling. So puta madre, now I'm gonna get canceled. Good thing I don't have any sponsorships, because you didn't say, you called Ezra Miller they, so what would you say? Shit, I wish I knew in a position where sponsorships could drop me. I were not even fucking close to that, bruh. As well. Pretty insane. Anyway. Something I did want to talk about, because it's been a thought that I've had in the past. But also is kind of a little bit conflicting or not or whatever, but I'm going to speak it out into, I'm going to solve this problem. It's not even a problem. What the fuck am I talking about? Do I have ADHD? I probably have. I want to talk about method acting a little bit. So some actors have spoken out against method acting. I'm going to read some quotes here in a second. But I do not agree with certain levels of method acting. I'm making too much noise with this pen. I don't agree with certain levels of method acting. Again, I guess this links to with what I was just talking about. When you become an inconvenience to the people around you just to play a role, I don't like that. You know? When you inconvenience your people around to become the character, I don't agree with that. If you're becoming the character, are you acting then, or are you becoming a character? You know, Daniel Day-Lewis is regarded as one of the GOATs, and he's probably the top of the list of like hardcore method actors. Like even when people call cut during the set on Lincoln, he asked people to call him Mr. Lincoln, and then he would, or the Cobbler, or any of his movies, he would like hardcore deep dive into that, you know. But I don't know if there's any stories of him actually inconveniencing people. There might be. I could be slipping my mind. But the method acting that I'm like, oh, come on, dude, that I'm talking about is Jared Leto. And probably what who are these actors are kind of hinting towards are also talking about Jared Leto, because this whole thing came around when Morbius was coming out. So we got quotes from Robert Pattinson, Samuel L. Jackson, Mads Mikkelsen, and Will Poulter. We're going to start with the GOAT, Sammy Jackson. He said, "It's a job of playing make-believe. You do it effectively, and you do it in a way that's not harmful to you because it's a safe place. You're supposed to be able to safely come into this space, work, and give emotionally and not be harmed by it." I'm trying to figure out what is he referring to. I guess he means not going to the point where you were self-harming yourself by being super method, which I agree, which goes back. I'm more about inconveniencing other people, bringing it back to Jared Leto when he was being that terrible Joker, and he's sending like decapitated rat heads to Margot Robbie. I forget the specifics, but he was sending like weird goodies to him. Like he was like some kind of a cat that just caught a bird in the air and stuffed it in a box. And he was just sending weird shit to Margot Robbie, inconveniencing Margot Robbie. That's what I'm coming at. You know, I'm coming at inconveniencing them. I don't like when you just inconvenience people. You know, you do you. Stick to your shit, mind your business, and don't be an asshole. So he's sending goofy presents to Margot, things that he think that the Joker would, which that's not really. He was like pulling pranks on the set of that. And that's another thing too. I don't think you need to become a method actor to play the Joker. It's the Joker. You know? Same with Morbius. Because he was being super method acting on the set of Morbius as well, where he wouldn't break character even to go to the bathroom. I was reading some reports on that. That movie doesn't deserve you to be giving a method actor effort for that movie. Calm your tits. You know, it's like a 5 out of 10 movie, and you're over here being a vampiro in the corner, and I'm don't call me fucking Jared, call me Michael. My name Michael Morbius, don't call me Jared Leto. But Michael Morbius, I'm a vampiro, baby. Don't touch me right now. He go meet me, and he go fucking meet me in a coffin for fucking Morbius. Slow your fucking roll, man. What? Because you won an Oscar and you were doing method acting back then, so that's just your method? Your method is method acting? Your method for acting is method acting? I don't know. I feel like it's kind of like a cheat code, or maybe that's what they use to like tap in to that part of the brain to be able to perform that character. I don't know. I've never really acted before. I've been an extra in a movie and walking downstairs. That's pretty much all I did. You know, my fat ass went up and downstairs like 4 times, and that was about it. I'm done. But I've never really read lines or anything, have I? No, I never really acted in any sense. But I do understand that there's a part in your brain that you need to tap into to basically become that character and perform, right? But again, if you're becoming that character, are you acting? You know? I don't know. Batman Robert Pattinson says, you only ever see people do method when they're playing an asshole, which is true. That is also true. Joker's kind of an asshole. Michael Morbius isn't an asshole. But I do understand what he's saying. Just act. If that's your job, act. Right? Is that fair to say, or am I out of line? Again, if you're in your home chilling and you want to walk around your house and you want to be called Mr. Lincoln or whatever, and you're fucking brushing your teeth like Lincoln or whatever the fuck Daniel Day-Lewis does, lives in the woods to study whatever the fuck for 4 months or whatever, as long as you're not inconveniencing anybody, cool. And Daniel Day-Lewis is going to fucking win an Oscar, or he's going to win an award, or he comes with a level of prestige. Jared Leto kind of does too, but he's not winning no awards for Joker or Morbius. Mads Mikkelsen said, it's bullshit, but preparation you can take into insanity. My bad, these letters are so small. It's bullshit, but preparation you can take into insanity. What if it's in shit film? Thank you very much, Mads. That's what I'm talking about. What do you think you achieved? Am I impressed that you didn't drop character? You should have dropped it from the beginning. Thank you, Mads. That's exactly what I was saying. I didn't read any of these quotes prior to the shit. I just knew that these people were part of it, and I didn't. So I should do more research. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're doing it for shit films. Do it for cool ones. You know, Mads Mikkelsen is a motherfucking badass actor as well. He's one of those that I didn't appreciate growing up, you know, or even until like the last 5 to 10 years ago, you know. He's a motherfucker way. He's a great actor. He's fantastic, you know. Again, speaking of fantastic and Mads Mikkelsen and fantastic, he's pretty good in Fantastic Beasts. Not gonna lie, he should have been the guy from the beginning. More into that on the review. So yes, whatever you say, Mads, I agree. Will Poulter, little homie from number 3 Narnia movie, and who's he playing? He's playing somebody in the MCU. Oh, I think he's playing the guy from the Guardians. I forget his name. He says, but if your process creates an inhospitable environment, again, being an annoyance to people, then to me, you've lost sight of what's important. Method acting shouldn't be used as an excuse for inappropriate behavior. And it definitely has. I agree with you, bruh. All these people are goats. That's what I said. Yeah. I don't know. I just think it might be unnecessary. And if you're not able to become the character in a split second, or you can't just live your life without inconveniencing everything around you, then you're probably not that great actor, you know? Because there's a difference between that and embodying the character for a split second, you know, because we've all seen that clip of Phoenix as the Joker. The Joker, again, he's being probably one of the toughest characters to play in all cinema. Honestly, it's probably very, very difficult. Which I think, did Barry Keoghan get arrested too? What the fuck's wrong with these people getting arrested, bro? Did Barry Keoghan get arrested, or was that a fever dream I had? Y'all know the guy who's, spoiler alert, who's playing the Joker in this new Batman? Yeah. Homeboy was arrested. Public intoxication. Stop fucking drinking in the public, bro. Y'all rich. Y'all ballin'. Y'all could get faded in your old crib. Fuck is wrong with y'all? Jesus Christ. Fuck. My bad. This guy get pissed way because y'all got everything. You know? Y'all got it. Whatever you want, you got it. And you do stupid shit, you win stupid prizes, man. Anyway. Fuck, DC is a fucking mess. No wonder it's imploding, but we'll get into that in a later episode so I can vent with that shit with Felix. But we've seen Joaquin Phoenix kind of yell at or even Bale too, kind of like implode on a staffer, but that's because they've embodied that character, or it's a taxing and emotional job that sometimes you can't just switch off. That I kind of understand. That's different than method acting, I feel like. Isn't it, or is it not? I'm not sure. I feel like it is, you know? There's that clip, I forget what movie, where Christian Bale just fucking lights this guy, lights this guy up, and he's like, what the fuck, you know what you're doing, what's your job, whatever. He could just be an asshole. Or some of the character that he's been playing for a blank amount of hours kind of bled into his normal life for a split second. Is that the same thing? I don't know. I just feel like method acting is kind of cheating. Method acting is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like an unnecessary risk. It's an unnecessary method, right? If you're not good enough to just act based on skill and you have to embody the character, then how great truly are you? And this is basically throwing shade on, you know, Daniel Day-Lewis. That's how his whole career has gone. So I don't know. Is he really that great? Is he have to embody these fucking characters every time he wants to make a movie? You know? And Jared Leto, chill, bro. All right? Yeah, you got an Oscar. Yeah, relax. Okay? Act, motherfucker. Act. It's a Marvel movie. Okay? Relax. Stop being a fucking maniac on set. Be fucking Jared Leto and switch it on for 2 seconds, right? Because again, the performance you delivered at Morbius isn't that crazy. I feel like I could have done that shit. It was dry, monotone. It was the same shit, right? So I don't know how much method acting you needed, right? But Joker, maybe a little bit because you were like a crazy pimp version of the Joker. I get that. Calm your tits, bro. All right? Déjate mamás, as we say here in the Mexico hood. All right, what else we got here in the docket, bro? So we got more news on video games taking video game properties and making them into movies. I don't know how to feel about this, man. It's too new. I don't know. So La Piedra, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson will be producing a film based on It Takes Two, the award-winning action-adventure game from Amazon. No word yet if he will also star in the film. I thought I read something that he's going to potentially star in it. I recently reviewed this game. It was one of my it was a very unexpected, fun game that I played that released last year, and I also played last year. My reviews on my personal channel at EYEWAII on the YouTube. Go check that out if you're curious about It Takes Two. It's very fun, old school couch co-op. I love that when you can just share a TV screen like the good old days with people. And the very big takeaway from this game, not only from me, but from everybody who played it, is that it's a very Pixar-y feel to it. You know, the story is about this couple who are on the verge of divorce, and they turn into their daughter's play dolls, and they have to find a way to do the magic thing and get back to real life. And they go through like their daughter's play chess and just like real things in there. Kind of Toy Story-ish, I guess, if you would like to call it like that. It has a very Pixar feel, both in tone and writing. The creator and writer of It Takes Two, I'm blanking on his name, Yusuf something. The Fuck the Oscars guy is allegedly attached to this project in the writing department, I think. I don't know. I haven't really seen what The Rock has actually produced. I'm pretty sure he's produced Young Rock or whatever, right? It's about himself and that other wrestling thing. I don't know. I just feel like this is perfect, kind of how it is, you know? Just the story beats and the way it conducts and manipulates the story to be able to turn it into playable moments and all that. It's kind of perfect. I don't feel like it needs a movie. It don't need anything. And it doesn't say exactly what it's going to be. If it's going to, I don't think they have said, oh, it says film. Yeah. In the film. I don't know, man. I kind of just wish they just give up on the whole video game movie stuff because honestly, okay. And this is just a question. And this is a question because I don't know. I just punched the fucking mic. This is a question because I don't know. Okay, and I'm gonna put it to y'all out there and slide in the DMs or send a comment on the YouTubes, whatever, right? Do y'all think The Rock has played It Takes Two? Okay, I'm gonna hit it with y'all one more again. Do y'all think the Piedra Rock Johnson has played It Takes Two? My answer is fuck no. Okay? Number one, he don't got no damn time to play no damn It Takes Two. So, we even talked about this, a few weeks ago when he was like hinting towards a big video game IP that they was going to make a movie on, and it turned out to be Call of Duty, I think, if I remember correctly. So, I have to rely on the Piedra on making my video game movies now. What credentials do you have that makes me feel confident that you're going to deliver a good product? You know, what, just because you stood next to Bill Gates and unveiled the original Xbox back in 25 years ago? I don't know, man. I just feel like in the case of video game properties, superhero properties, anything that already has an established fandom that's not a movie, maybe anime, any IP that is already established in a different form of media, right? Whenever you're going to make a movie on it, the core people behind the creative of it have to be a fan of that thing. Y'all feel me? Yes, he could probably sit down and play this game by the time this starts, right? Because it just the idea of it got picked up by Amazon. This motherfucker might not even come out, right? But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the Piedra's been a gamer this whole time, right? Didn't he make a Doom movie? Which I might review that for the list with Felix. Didn't he make a shitty ass Doom movie that has nothing to do with any of the games ever in the life, and it's all fucking weird and Space Marine-ish and shit? And he's done Jumanji, which is not a game, but it's kind of a game. Maybe The Rock is a fucking gamer and I never knew, right? I mean, that's a lot of coincidences now that I'm thinking about it. Xbox, Doom, Call of Duty, and now It Takes Two. I would never guess in a million years that The Rock has played It Takes Two. And for him to make a decision like this, he would have at least played it by now. Right? I just feel, again, like properties, IPs that have an established fan base from a previous medium, right, should be made. The creative should be people who have played have love and appreciation for that thing, especially from the writing standpoint. I remember reading last week maybe, that the Ghost of Tsushima movie has a writer. I don't know who this writer is, has a screenwriter, but I fucking hope that he's a fan of the game. Because if you're a fan of the game, you know where to go with it. You know how the story beats go. You know what parts of the game we want to see. Right? And now they're doing that stupid thing that I hate, where they just jumble everything up and gurgle it out. Okay, there's your movie. Take it and shut up. You didn't make this with love, man. I've seen fucking fan-made videos on YouTube that are better. Why? Because there was love. There was love. You can see it. You can taste it. It's palpable. You can feel it. You don't give a shit. You want to use this property that seemed profitable in one way and just decided to make money off of it. Not giving a shit what actual property you put out there. Product you put out there. You don't care. I'm just questioning whether or not The Rock gives a shit about It Takes Two actually. You know? I don't know. My initial thinking was no. But now that I'm looking back on it, he has been kind of, involved a little ways in the gaming community. A little bit, and he's making moves, but I don't know. I don't know. He doesn't seem like he has time to fucking play It Takes Two between his fucking reps and eating 20 stacks of pancakes, and making movies. And, being the fucking president of the fucking spin-off football league or whatever, the United States Football League and all this other XFL. And he's just he has so many fingers in different pots that I feel like it's impossible to be the best at any of them, right? When you do that. If you try to be the master of a bunch of things, you become the master of none. Right? Am I making any sense? So I feel like The Rock has to chill in all these avenues maybe and be the expert on one to take him seriously basically in anything he does. Yes, he's the greatest. He's the biggest action star we have right now, but that's just because of volume. That's not because of quality per se, He puts out so much that eventually he makes a good one, right? Like the Jumanjis were good. The Red Notice was not good at all. It doesn't matter how much star power you throw on there. That was not good. So his track record is hit and miss, right? And you look at someone who's a master at the one thing that is not, just as an example, you take Christopher Nolan. He's been making movies for so many years and only movies, and he's dead-eyeing this and he studies this and he's not off making other business moves, starting fucking a sports and league or, you know what I'm saying? And every time he puts a movie out, it's going to be a hitter. You know that. Who's watching Young Rock to tell me if that's even good? I think he put out that other movie about, who was it? Paige, the wrestler. I think he put out that Paige movie, which Florence Pugh was playing Paige, which now that I'm thinking about it, I should go back and watch it. I mean, it got a little bit of buzz. That just doesn't have the same vibe that I feel like It Takes Two deserves or needs. It Takes Two needs like a DreamWorks or a fucking Pixar, because that's just the vibe that the game has. Not fucking Piedra. Sorry. But maybe Piedra's production company can do that. I don't know. But right now, there are 3. Where did I see this? Right now, there are 3 really good original IPs movies out, right? That are original. That are 100% original. That was The Northman, which I'm still fucking stoked on right now. Still high on that. Felix and I did a review. Early review. It's up on the YouTube right now. Go check that out. That's a completely original. That's not based off of anything. You got the crazy ass Nicolas Cage movie. That's another one, which is completely original, and I've heard good things about it. And because of the positive word of mouth, I'm gonna find a way to come back around and watch that. That's completely original. And a third one. What the fuck was the third one? It's gonna fucking kill me if I don't find it. It was 3. Here it is. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once with Michelle Yeoh, which I've heard fantastic things as well. All these 3 are original films that did not use any other intellectual property prior or anything, right? And they're fantastic, allegedly. I can only confirm that one is, but because of the word of mouth and because how much raving about these other 2, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, I've heard is fantastic. I'm going to try to get around that one. And then the Nicolas Cage, the whatever the hell of massive talent, is another one that I'm trying to get around, right? What I'm trying to get at is if you write something that is decent, that is good, you're going to have success. But Hollywood is on the copy paste right now. They're just lazy. Exploding Kittens is a card game. So Netflix announces Exploding Kittens game and TV series off of a card game. So y'all telling me y'all rather try to make a movie of a fucking card game than try to come up with some new shit that is good. Okay. Exploding Kittens is a really fun card game. Kind of Uno based, but not at all. You just put cards down and it's kind of like an old maid, and you don't want to get stuck with the Exploding Kitten card, and you only have so many lives, and you keep pulling out cards, and you have diffuse cards, and you diffuse bombs, and you keep rolling out bombs, and you just don't want to be, you want to be the last one standing until everybody explodes. How the fuck are you going to make a game and a TV series off of it? I can see the game. Netflix is dipping their toes into games. I can see that. But they're going to release an adult animated comedy series based on the game in 2023? Pretty wild. That's just one of the many reboots, re-things. There's a live action series of Casper in the works. Y'all remember motherfucking Casper, dog? Casper wasn't original when I saw it. My Casper isn't the original Casper. That motherfucker's been chilling since the fucking 60s? I don't even know. Casper was a cartoon back in the day. I think. I could be mistaken on that. The Crow being rebooted, which I'm going to talk about that also in some other time. Spy Kids reboot for fucking Netflix. Spy Kids? Spy Kids. I don't feel like that shit's gonna work. I feel like things are made for the time. So whenever you take something that worked back in the day, more than 20 years ago, and you try to put it into today, it's not gonna work, and it never works. Unless you do it with love. Like I felt the Ghostbusters third movie was. I felt like it was made with love, and people who were attached to the originals are attached to that. The creative side of it. They just want to take the good idea of Spy Kids that they have, of having kids who were spies, and put it into 2023 setting. It's not going to work. Spy Kids is so early 2000s. The whole vibe on it is great. We used to believe these movies, Oh, you stick a pill into a microwave and you get a fucking Big Mac. Wow. Like now kids are going to be like, that's fucking dumb. Like you just Uber eat some Big Macs. Like why would you go to the length of putting a pill in a microwave? You just call it for your phone. it just doesn't work. You know? You have to make some cool shit for kids today that they can relate to as it is today. Because Spy Kids was my shit growing up, and my brothers and my, you know, all of us. Maybe not my older cousins, but people my age fucking watched the shit out of Spy Kids. You know? And it's very specific too, because they did a spin-off of Spy Kids, and I don't feel like anybody gave a fuck with Taylor Lautner and the Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Isn't that the kind of like the same shit, but not really, but kinda? They tweaked that a little bit and try to ride on the coattails of that, and that didn't work. You know? How many fucking Spy Kids movies did they make? 3? And it only worked once, didn't it? Yo, fucking the girl from Spy Kids, Spy Kids is 2001. Spy Kids 2, that one still kind of worked a little bit. Not terrible, but okay, no mames, you rehashed it a little bit. Spy Kids 3, they kind of went too much and nobody gave a fuck. They even put Sylvester Stallone in there. Elijah, they put more budget into it, and Salma, George Clooney, they went ham. Wait, Selena Gomez in this shit? Selena Gomez is in the fucking Spy Kids trays? I don't remember. Spy Kids all the time in the world. I don't even know that they released a Spy Kids in 2011. Huh. Or Jessica Alba in there? Huh. I don't remember that one. Do I remember that one? Maybe. No, I don't think so. No, I definitely do not remember that one. Nope, that's all some different shit. Anyway. That worked for early 2000s. It's not going to work for 2021. I don't think it's going to be appreciated or valued as much, you know? You have to make new shit for new people, basically. That's the moral of the story. New shit for new people. Spy Kids, if you make a rated R Spy Kids, we're all of us who grew up with Spy Kids, we're kind of perk our ears up a little bit. Like, wait, what? Rated R Spy Kids, which is basically Machete, but whatever, right? I don't feel like even my nephews would give a fuck about Spy Kids. But that's where we in now, you know? That's another thought too. Are we in it now, or have we always been in the lazy Hollywood of like, what are we going to feed these fucking cow people just so they can just like consume it and not give a fuck and have fat fucks just talk shit about it and then just to pump something out, because there's been reboots and reshits forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And there's still always going to be, you know? But I just wanted to point out there's 3 original movies out right now that you can go see in the theater that are all great. And that's better than any reboot that we've seen lately, you know? I don't know. Let's get into trailers, people. Speaking of original, one of my favorite series on Netflix, even though I was just talking mad shit about Netflix, sometimes they put good shit out, you know? Yo, speaking of Netflix, dog, I'm not going to go into it, but they're losing money. Wait, no mames. Fuck. What was it? 200,000 subs? Fuck. They lost 200,000 subscribers. Damn. Can you guys see a world where there's no Netflix? That's the granddaddy of the streaming services. Netflix. Damn. Because you can see Disney putting out monthly shit where you basically, and they have tie-ins with that towards what the movies, so they're basically forcing you to put stuff in there, right? And HBO Max is stepping their shit up too, to the point where you're like, oh, why do you even switch? Right now, there's nothing must see on Netflix, right? I might have to cancel mine for a month or two and take a break or something as well, because I don't really need it. Right? What's coming out on Netflix right now that you're like, oh, I have to watch that? It was the Cuphead thing for me. right? Right now I'm set. I got shit on HBO Max to watch. I got fucking Moon Knight and then Obi-Wan after that. I could probably unsubscribe myself for a few months, take a break from that shit, because there's nothing new in there right now. You know? Until next month, where the third volume of Love, Death, and Robots come. So I am going to need it for at least May. They dropped a trailer for the third volume of Love, Death, Robots. Top two favorite shows for me. My two favorite shows for Netflix specifically are Black Mirror, Love, Death, Robots. Kind of vague, kind of just a hodgepodge of imagery that they throw at you. We saw the recent season volume last year. I loved it. I thought it was great. They really never fail, but they usually they do probably twice as many episodes as they did this last season, and I think that's what this is, that they're making up for it. But this trailer confused me because it's, for y'all who don't know, Love, Death, and Robots is an anthology series, a collection of animated short stories that span various genres, including science fiction, fantasy, horror, and comedy. And it's all done in very different art styles from one another, very different stories. They rarely combine or have any, things in, like, it doesn't really, you can just pop one in and watch the whole thing and not care what the other one is, right? And they're usually pretty short. Also, they're not hour-long things. There's something very easy. You can just pop in real quick and I'm in and I'm out. So for them not to be, it's been a year already. Suck my balls. Way. What? Volume 2 came out May? Yo. My brain. I was going to say 6 months ago. Way. Damn. Love, Death, Robots Volume Dose was a year ago already. May 14th. Okay. That was wild. I gotta recoup off of that one. What I'm trying to say is that this trailer, it looked like there was going to be some expansion on the previous episodes, because there's a lot of things that I recognize, a lot of art styles that I recognize, a lot of characters that I recognize. So I don't know if they were just combining all of it together, or they were giving follow-ups to previous episodes. There's like, all of them are very familiar. The first episode was like this giant man, and I don't remember if this is the same giant dead man that comes up and washes up ashore. This seems like to be another one, so it's a different case in that same world. I'm a little confused. The art style on this other one is definitely very, very familiar. They're all very familiar. With the water and the fishies, that looks very similar to the other one with the race and the racing in the snow. So I feel like they're sequels to the episodes that aired last year. I'm not 100% quite sure. Whatever it is, I'm 100% quite down. I love this series. It's very fun for me. I enjoy it very mucho. I love to see anthologies for some reason, because I don't need to pay all the attention of the world. You know what I'm saying? I can just pop one in, watch it. Oh yeah. And if it grabs me, it grabs me. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But 90% of the time it grabs me. And I just love to see the different art styles and creativity that is, showed on the show. Love, Death, Robots, one of the best ones on the Netflix. Excuse me. Very, very, very great. It's a little annoying that IMDb doesn't show me like the names of the next season or anything. It's not even on there. But yeah, the drowned giant. See, this looks like a different dude. I think. Is it? I can't see. I want to see pictures of the episode. Here it is. Yeah, this looks like a total different dude. Oh no, maybe it doesn't. Oh no, it's the same guy. So did they just fucking re-showed basically clips of the last season? That's dumb. Don't do that to me. Maybe I'm tripping balls, and these are images I already saw in a year ago, and I'm like, oh, I fucking new shit. But this is a new season. I remember this scene where the fucking space whale is jumping out of the water. And I remember this Asian looking lady over here with her tits out. I remember that. Some of it I don't remember. So I was kind of hoping that they did that, like a sequel to the last year's episodes, but maybe not. I don't know. Whatever they do, I'm down. I loves it. It's my favorites. Speaking of my favorites, let's get to the final trailer of La Semana Bella. Thor: Love and Thunder, bro. So I was watching a video where they said that this is the longest. They broke a record for the longest time without showing a trailer for a movie. This bitch coming out July 8th, and this is April, and this is the first actual official thing we've seen on it, other than the title screen or whatever. I gotta expose me Marvelness. Look at me shirt, bro. Marvel. And it isn't much. It's a minuto, but they cram so much in that minuto that I'm stoked. I've always loved Thor, obviously because I'm a Vikingo and the attachments along with that mythology I love. I just like his hammer giggity, you know. I just like he's big, strong, right? My top 3 Marvel people are Spider-Man, Black Panther, Thor. Everybody else can fuck it. I don't care about. It's not that I don't care. Yeah, I kind of don't care. I don't care really about anybody else. Tony Stark, you know, they're cool. Yeah, whatever. Hulk, basic. I don't care about anybody else. You know, main MCU people, those have been my favorites for a long time. And then behind them, we got the Ghost Riders and the Blades and these other people that hopefully get introduced whenever the fuck, right? Doesn't mean I don't like them. It's just those are my 3 favorites. Spider-Man, Black Panther, and motherfucking Thor, right? It's crazy for me that in the span of a year, I'm going to got a Spider-Man movie, getting a Thor movie, and I'm also getting Wakanda this year. So I'm a pretty spoiled boy, man. You know, I'm a spoiled boy. But bringing it back to the trailer, we see him running through a forest of Asgard as he's transforming into lives, evolving, changing suits, changing all his attire, which is a big deal for these nerds. They can dissect every piece of clothing that's ever, you know, fallen upon Chris Hemsworth's body and say that's from issue 47 of the 1977 Thor or whatnot, right? So he's still walking around with Stormbreaker. He's praying amongst the tree of whatever. He's fat fucking hippie Thor with his hair, and we see that he's trying to get into shape because he was fat fuck Thor the last time we saw him, and he's trying to beef back up. And when he does, he seems to be wearing like a Ravager, if that's correct, Ravager Guardians crew uniform. Basically has a Star-Lord jacket, something that you might have seen from the game. That's pretty awesome, and looks like he's running around the galaxy with them, but not really understanding what it actually is to be a hero, because Thor is a god. So Thor usually kills and he thinks he fixes, but maybe he's doing some other naughty things and not really appreciating the saving part of it. You never really get that sense that he knows that he's saving people, you know, like Captain America's like, I saved you. Thor's just like, I'm a god, you know, I'm a god, fuck off, right? And it looks like in this trailer he splits off from the Guardians, which I'm kind of sad about. I kind of wished we saw. I mean, that's too much, I guess. You can't have 47 movies of everything, but I wished we saw a little bit more. I haven't seen the movie, so maybe I'm talking out of my ass. But I want to see more him with the Guardians, right? Gamora's not with the Guardians, so we know for a fact that when they do eventually split, it looks like him and Korg split off from the Guardians, according to the 37 seconds of this trailer. And the Guardians are going to go off and find Gamora, because the Gamora that is now in this universe is a 2014 Gamora who is not in love with Peter Quill. So they're going to find that Gamora. I think that's going to take place in Guardians 3. That's most likely what's going to happen in that storyline. They're trying to get the whole crew back together. So we might see a little. I'm afraid that's going to be a montage with the Guardians, and I want to see a few adventures. I don't want them to be relegated to just a little montage with Thor. I want to see like a adventure, a mission, a beat something, you know. But I'm getting the feeling of how quickly they got dismantled from this trailer, or got rid of 30 seconds in. he's gonna fuck off with Korg in a fucking ship with ponies and go to Asgard, and you know, anda de puto, he's kissing other ladies, and he's gonna go on an adventure and find his purpose, I guess. He's all smiles with Stormbreaker. He's dicking around, and it looks like we go to a version of Olympus, and we get to see Zeus with a thunderbolt in hand. We don't see his face, but we already know that this is Russell Crowe. Fat fuck also Russell Crowe, which is great. This is the first iteration of Zeus in the MCU, which is also fantastical. We know that we've had versions of Hercules running around in the comic verse. I'm curious if they're gonna put in a Hercules. I'd be down for Hercules and all that. That's another Greek mythology that I like, that I'm down for. The Greeks also have a lot to do with the Eternals, like the names, and there's a lot of crossover there. So maybe you can throw in Hercules with the second Eternal movie. I don't know who's gonna be Hercules. I don't know none of that shit either, but I trust Marvel to do what they want to do. But yeah, we see the Colosseum, we see Thor in a different uniform, different outfit. It looks pretty cool, modernized with some fur. He looking nice. He lost the weight. He looks beefy. Then we come back to New Asgard, where we're gonna find Valkyrie with a business suit, and she's fed up with life. She don't want nothing to do with nothing near her. She wants to go and fuck shit up, and so Thor's most likely gonna recruit her and get her out of her role of King Valkyrie. I don't know what they ended up saying, King or Queen Valkyrie, where she's like the mayor of New Asgard. She's the king. She's gonna come out and fight. Obviously, we'll see with that. He splits up with the Guardians. The fucking love Thor and Thunder, whatever. And then the big reveal is CHADME, which that is probably the best nickname the fucking internet has given to anybody in the history of ever in the life. CHADME. Felix sent me this to me. His therapist, CHADME isn't real. He can't hurt you. And then there's a picture of fucking, it's just Natalie Portman being the jackest she's ever been in her life, bruh. I gotta put this picture up somehow. Fucking CHADME, dog, is great. Look at her fucking arms. They're not crazy huge, but in her little teeny tiny body, it just looks awesome and cartoony and great. I wonder what fucking steroids they injected her with, or if that's just pure fucking hard work. Either way, it's fantastic and I'm here for it. CHADME all the way. I want a CHADME shirt, bruh. CHADME. I fucking, when they call fucking buff guys Chad. That's the greatest shit ever. And Padme from Star Wars, CHADME. Y'all get it? Y'all get it or no get it? I feel like I have to explain it to the boomers like Boss. Shout outs to Douche. CHADME. She just looks bufferoni, man. She looks great. And the final, what we see in this trailer is she obviously wielding Mjolnir, and it's put back together from the pieces that Hela, after she broke it and did a oopsie on the great Thor hammer Mjolnir. And Thor's like, what the fuck? That's my mija. And she's dressed like me and she's buff. What the fuck's going on? There's so much to break down in this one little minute. Kind of already did. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with this movie, whether or not this is going to be like a passing of the hammer where she's the Jane Foster Thor. She already is. And there are already two different posters that I see. One with, I don't know if this is real or not. The one is not the only. Yeah, I mean, it looks kind of fan made, but at the same time, it looks legit. There's two different posters. One with CHADME posing with the outfit and Mjolnir and Thunder, and one with 80s Thor, you know, Thor Lord, 80s Thor Lord. There's two different posters out already. And there's some toy descriptions kind of spoiling the backstory a little bit on it. I saw something like that. But what's going to happen in the movie? Apparently, I don't know if this is spoilers or not. I don't know. I'm just regurgitating what I saw in the video. And I saw some footage of her, like, basically what happened. So she's like exploring the ruins of wherever the fuck they left off the pieces of Mjolnir, and she touches it, and there's still magic within Mjolnir, so it comes back together, and boom, she's Thor, right? Kind of like that. For what purpose she comes back? Most likely because the area that she was at was threatened, and it's going to be threatened by Gorr the God Butcher, aka Christian Bale, bruh. I wonder if Christian Bale did any method acting to be Gorr the Butcher, bruh. Which his design, his reveal was kept a secret. We don't know what he looks like, but it's going to be dope. So since his name is Gorr the God Butcher, if there's a fucking FanDuel where we can bet what's going to happen in movies, I would have put down $100 that fucking Russell Crowe gonna die, right? He's the god of gods. He gonna die. Someone gonna die. And it's probably gonna be Zeus, right? So what I understand from Gorr the God Butcher is that he is there to whip the gods in line, kinda. So he's there to, I forget what the word was, but they were trying to like, to whip the gods in shape who take advantage of their godly powers, right? Kind of like what I was saying about Thor, where he's a god, but he's kind of like whatever with the people, you know, he doesn't come down to the human level. He's like, yeah, I'm a god or whatever, similar to what Zeus is, like, worship me, right? So Gorr the God Butcher would have understand. He's like trying to make sure that nobody takes advantage of their god powers in that way, right? And he's there to kill all the gods, basically. He could have been called Kratos, but whatever. It's Gorr the God Butcher, right? So it's pretty safe to say Russell Crowe finna die. And if he does, I want to see Hercules. And who played Hercules? I don't know. I don't know who played Hercules. Maybe. No, he's not buff enough, right? I don't know, his brother is buff enough to be Hercules? I don't think so, huh? I don't know. Someone compare Hercules. They'll figure it out. Drax, Mantis, newest Guardian. Okay. Rumored? Who's rumored? Simon Russell Bale? Rumored to what? I don't know. Okay, now I'm getting into the damn thing as I always do. So I'm very, very stoked. I forgot exactly what Felix said. I talked about him a little bit on the Insta, on the DMs, but I forget what he was saying. He was saying that he was super excited. He's still skeptical as to what the hell they're going to do with CHADME. I think something regarding to something to that effect. He's not a Thor, fanboy like I is. So he don't have the same love and appreciation that I do for Thor. So it's a different thing, right? If any little thing for Thor is like a holy shit for me, and he's like, okay. He's still curious about it. But what I kind of like about it is that we're only a couple months, three months out from the movie. And then like a couple months after that, allegedly Wakanda coming out. So I kind of like that they're keeping these trailers closer to the release date. Don't show me something a year out in advance and then have me all hype and wet, and then it's coming close and then you push it back and then Corona and then all this other. No, don't say shit. Follow the Nintendo method. Don't say shit until 3 months before the fucker's coming out. And even 3 months is a little bit too much, 2 months before the bitch comes out and I see one trailer, maybe two tops, and that's it. We eat the fucker. We done did it. We're in, we're out. Cause how much publicity or how much marketing does Marvel movies actually need? Not much, right? You just say when the fucker's coming out and we're going to fucking watch it, right? We're having one and there's a Marvel movie prior to this, and there's a Marvel series out right now. There's a lot of Marvel shit. And they don't need that much marketing, and it's plastered everywhere. They're getting close to it's too much Marvel shit, right? It's been like that for a little bit. You're getting close to maybe Marvel fatigue. I almost called it Farvel. Marvel fatigue. I'm not personally Marvel fatigue, but I'm pretty sure Felix might be getting close to Marvel fatigue. He's got Star Wars fatigue. I know there's people that have fatigue, right? It's easy to overload, right? We got Moon Knight now. And what, in less than 2 weeks, you got Mr. Strange, Doctor Strange. We just had Spider-Man 4 months ago. We're going to have this. We're going to have Wakanda, and I forget what else coming out. It might be a little bit too much. We might have to pull back out. Then again, Corona fucked everything out. So we might have a year or two of like leveling back out to normal schedule shit. We'll see. But as far as Marvel, Thor, Love and Thunder, I am down. I love this 80s aesthetic of like Flash Gordon. I've never seen Flash Gordon at all in my life. That's one that I added to the list. I don't know if it's a series or a movie, but I want to get into Flash Gordon just to be, even if it's prior to this, even better, just to get a better sense, because it smells like 80s. You have Guns N' Roses playing in the background of the movie, of the trailer. It reeks of 80s, right? And according to everybody who was alive in the 80s is the best, right? Whatever. Fuck off, right? What, 80s is fucking pantsuits and sleeves that come up to here and cocaine and shit. That's 80s, right? I just bit the fuck out of my tongue. Ow. I'm bleeding. 80s, right? But bringing it back to my fucking discussion earlier, I feel like Taika Waititi loves this. He did a fantastic job with Ragnarok. I have all the faith in the world in Taika Waititi, right? There's hints even in the color that he uses, you know, so this red, blue and white resembles the thing that they use to travel through the dimensions of the whatever the fuck. So it's just, I can see the love that Taika has for this property, right? Whether he's a diehard fan or not, I really don't know, but if I were to make a guess, I would say yes, because I can see it, right? Plus, it's Marvel. It's all under one huge banner that is Kevin Feige. He was overseeing everything, so everything is going to make sense. But I can see that there's love here, right? Again, Fantastic Beasts. I'm gonna repeat myself again, and I might say this again in the review. Make sure you check that out. As much as I don't agree with, as much as that movie doesn't hit me, I can see that there's love in that franchise, and that's what's so sad. But again, I'm going to save that for the review. I can see that if this is made with love, right? Bringing it back to Morbius, I don't see it, bro. I don't see no love there. You know, I can see this is going to have funny moments of him boosting back. This is going to have holy shit moments. They kind of spoiled a little bit with her already in the whole get up with Mjolnir and everything. So I kind of wish they kept that a little bit of a secret, but keep something a secret. Don't show us Christian Bale. Don't show another, you know, I know the geeks want, you know, the geeks and nerds want that. I don't want to see Christian Bale and Tim in the theater. Don't show me anything else. If there's a Hercules, don't show me Hercules. You know, I'm content with this trailer, and I'm going to tell you all now, I'm not going to mention this I'm not going to see any other trailer. I'm not going to do this for trailer talk again. This is it, right? If Felix sees it and he says, did you see it? And then we bring it up and he brings it up during conversation. Fine. I'm not putting no more Thor trailers in the trailer talk from now on, because I'm content with what I saw, right? Usually what happens is I see so many fucking trailers. I'm on the hype train. Then I jump off and then I'm like, ew, that's gross. What the fuck is this? That's how I'm feeling about Stranger Things, right? I'm not seeing no more Stranger Things trailers until I watch the fucking thing. Because it's up and down and up and down and up and down. I'm glad they didn't drop a stupid teaser. I'm glad this is an official trailer. It's only a minute 30. That's all I need. I saw the Guardians. I saw Valkyrie. I saw CHADME. I saw Thor. I saw Korg. I saw Mjolnir. I saw Stormbreaker. What else the fuck you want? I saw fucking Zeus. I saw lightning bolts. I saw ponies in the air. What else you want? That's all I need. That's all I need. I don't need to dissect anymore. Got it. I'm in. I'm down. Felix sounded like he needed another trailer. Sounded like he needed another push, another nudge. I'm in. I'm down. I'm the Dezownist. Give it to me now, right? But again, I love Spider-Man. I love Thor. I love Black Panther. Maybe that's why I don't have Marvel fatigue, because those are my favorites. And I've had Batman, who's another of my favorites, right? I spoiled, bro. And I'm getting Kingdom Hearts. I spoiled, bro. I spoiled. Was that a lot? Did I talk to myself a lot? I don't know. It could be. I don't know. I'm stoketh. Let me know what y'all think. Are you stoketh or not? I really bit the fuck out of my tongue and it hurts. I want to get to, there's supposed to be recommendations, but these are more like warnings. Because I don't really recommend these two movies that I watched. The first one was Choose or Die on Netflix. The Mamon is kind of goofy. Just a quick yay or nay without completely dissecting it. Nay? Question mark? Maybe if you're into like those, like that escape room kind of movie. What happens is that people are getting tortured by like this choose your own adventure old school video game, and whatever happens on the thing in the whatever scenario the game puts in the computer is happening in real life. So it was like, oh, you want to eat the cookie, and you have to eat the cookie in real life, but a little bit more extreme, a little bit more R-rated. It had a cool, decent ideas for as a Netflix film. Lazy Sunday, you have nothing else to watch, maybe, and you want to eat something or whatever the fuck you're dicking around, background music, whatever the fuck. Maybe as that. Maybe as that. But that was on Netflix, and I finally got around to my wife's movie, Death in the Nile. It was, for some reason, it wasn't on HBO Max in Mexico, but it was on HBO Max in los Estados Unidos. It's been there for a while. I did not go to the theater to do that. I was like, I'm just going to wait for it. And I wait for it, and I kept waiting for it. And then I just had to VPN and do stuff, right? So I watched that finally. Death of the Nile, I think, is the second movie from, I don't know what's the name of the series of whodunits. I consider these the competition, the rivals to the Knives Out movies. There's only been two. The other one was Murder in the Orient Express. I guess you can call them murder death movies. They're basically giant whodunits with crazy casts. Off the top of my dome, I forget the name of the main guy, but we got my wife, Gal Gadot. We got Emma Mackey, who's my girlfriend. I like her very much. Armie Hammer, my boyfriend. We got Russell Brand, who sneaks in there. We got the young lady who plays Shuri from Wakanda, who was great. So basically hot people running around, eh? But it's a whodunit, right? Someone dies. I don't know if it was ever specified in the trailer or in any of the IMDb's who dies, but for a movie that's called The Death in the Nile, the fucking death don't take place till like a little bit more than halfway through the movie. So if you heard this podcast before, y'all know that my brain is going and I'm thinking and I'm trying to figure shit out as we're going. I was trying to figure out who finna kill people, but without actually figuring out who even gonna die. So that was weird. I didn't remember. Like, I thought someone was gonna die and that person didn't die. So that's kind of cool. But I couldn't remember whether or not it was specified that person died or not. You know? Y'all feel me what I'm getting at? So I was trying to figure out who was going to get killed for the long time. And then I was trying to figure out who did it. And I figured out who did it. Like, it's not crazy complicated. I want to give myself a pat in the back, but it was almost kind of obvious. Like, it's like from the jump, like from the very beginning of the movie. Well, no, there's some bullshit weird flashback to the war in French that has nothing to do with the rest of the movie. I did not like that. I was like, what the hell's going on? But I figured out who did it. I figured out why they did it and what's going on. So I guess it's not that great. That's why I'm saying warnings. It's a little over 2 hours. It's a little slow. There's a lot of stuff that have nothing to do with it, but then they bring stuff back around, making you think that every detail matters, but the details that they showed didn't matter, and they wanted you to remember other details that they show. It was weird. Knives Out is great because you think you know, but you don't know. You feel me? You think you know, but you don't know. You don't fucking know. You know, you have 4 or 5 different possibilities. This one, I had 1 or 2, but it was the same kind of thing, just flipped a different way. I don't know. I kind of figured it out. It's not as good as Knives Out. Everybody fine though, you know? Everybody fine. But that's why I'm like, warnings. I'm letting you guys know those are not that great. Because it's been out since February and no one was really talking about it. And there's a bunch of fine people on a boat and someone dies. And you would think, okay, this is a good movie to watch. So it's about like a 6 out of 10. And the Murder in the Orient Express, I think I liked it a little bit better. That's about a 7. And Knives Out was about a 9. Just to give you guys a scale as to what the hell's going on with those. But I like that there's a different flavor of a whodunit, right? the easiest comparison is Knives Out. So I get it. I don't want them to stop making them. I just want them to make them better. You know, it has high budget. It looked great. You know, it was the fucking 4K version of it. It looked great. You know, the CGI and the whatever, they de-aged the main guy that looked a little bit wonky, a little bit culo, just a little bit, not that much. But I mean, you just gotta write it a little bit better, you know. If I can figure shit out, it's not a great movie. It's just too predictable. And if it's a whodunit, I'm supposed to be thinking who the fuck done it, you know. It was kind of easy to figure out who the fuck done it, because the reasons they did it was obvious. Anyway, do better. Of course, MVP is my wife. I like my girlfriend and I like my boyfriend as well. Emma Mackey is great. Great to see her doing bigger and better things. She's the Mija from Sex Education. Lil Margot, as Bubbles and I call her, because she kind of looks like Margot Robbie. I like that she spun off and is doing bigger things. This is a way better step up from Sex Education. And I've also seen that she's also cast in the Barbie movie alongside Margot Robbie. So we were not the only ones that think that she looked like Margot Robbie. That's great. That's great. She's probably going to be a different Barbie or something. I don't know. Whatever that is, we're going to watch it. Fantastic Beasts. We probably gonna watch it. I'm still waiting on Felix to watch that, and whenever he does, we're gonna drop a review probably this week. I fucked up on the YouTube, so if y'all subscribe on the YouTube, you might see a bonus list episode there that squeaked on by that I forgot to change the schedule on. So right now on the YouTube channel, we got Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny. Felix and I recorded a long time ago. That's on the YouTube for the list, as well as our review for The Northman. Very great. We don't spoil it. I know it's still early, but we have a chat about it and it's fantastic. Well, at least I don't spoil it. I do bleep fucking Felix in the first 5 fucking minutes of the fucking fuck. But it's whether or not it's still fun to have a stupid ass horns and wigs, and it's a fun time. Even if you haven't seen it, it's a good watch. And if you saw it already, we can go in there and chat. Let's talk shit about the movie, what you liked about it, what you did and did not like about it. Same with all the other movies on the list. But make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel to get notified, and click that notify bell next to the subscribe button to be notified every time we drop something new. It's usually at least 2 videos a week. This podcast along with the list. Sometimes I'll take out the list and I'll drop a new review. We're coming up on movie season, guys. Coming up on movie seasons. In a couple weeks we got fucking Doctor Strange, and then we take a break, I think, for a while. I don't think there's anything huge. We're not gonna review every little single thing that comes out. We're just gonna stick to the big budget, big holy shit movies. But make sure you subscribe to the YouTubes as well as my personal channel at EYEWAII, where I do video game reviews. As I mentioned before, I got a It Takes Two review. If you're curious about that game, go check that out. You can follow me personally at Edward Parazis, Paurazes on the Insties, as well as a Facebook page for the channel at Geeks, and Joysticks. You can find us wherever you find your audio stuff in your audio realm. Please leave a review on there to boost our ratings and go and eventually have sponsorships so they can fucking drop us whenever we say something stupid. That'd be cool to do that one day. That'd be nice. Make sure to follow my ghostly friend at Jafel91. All those pluggity plugs. Yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel. The subscribe counter hasn't moved at all. So I need people to share. I need people to help me out with this shit. Trying to build a cool community where we can talk shit about video games and what we like, and always and forever. You do you. Right? Yeah. Goodbye. Anyway. I'm thirsty. I need water. I thought I was by myself for hours. What the fuck?